So purpose is something which is very, very important. And if you are listening to me today, right now, it means that you are someone who is enlightened enough, who is aware enough that knowing purpose is important at the first hand. Now, let me be very clear with you that it doesn't come very easy to everyone. Okay, for some people, it is like they know it from very start. Like from teenage, they are very clear about their instincts. Like they love to play cricket, they love to play more of it, more of it, more of it, and they are into Ranji and they are into they make their career, shape it towards something. But for a lot of us, we struggle till our mid 20s and 30s to find what exactly is it that we want, what is our calling, what is that shine that makes us, distinctive, that makes us apart from other people. So today in this session, we are going to help you out in understanding, at least. See, I do not want you to target for a very laser point focused purpose as of now, just now. Okay, it is something which you get, which you evolve with. Okay, it is not a one day process, it is a journey. But yes, for sure, by the end of this particular session, you'll be at a better state. At least you'll have a skeleton of how you should be reaching towards your purpose in life. First of all, first things first, I always start everything with a why. If you need a purpose, why do you need a purpose? When you do not have purpose, let us see a scenario when you do not have a purpose. You have vague goals or no goals at all. Vague plans or no plans at all. Random daily actions, you procrastinate on things that you want to do, you're constantly busy with other agendas, and actually you have a lot on your plate. You are doing a lot of work, but exactly you do not know where are you heading. It is similar to a ship without a captain. You do not know where are you heading, which direction to take. You do not have a map handy. Okay, on the other hand, if you have a clear purpose, things become very sorted and easy. You know what you want in life, you know what is the goal. When you know what is the goal, it becomes comparatively easier to create a better plan. When you have a clear plan, you can make good decisions, don't you? You make good decisions when you have a clear plan in hand, and execution becomes easy. So, clear daily actions. So see, life gets very, very easy when you put some work into setting your purpose, your vision, your needs, okay, to address who you are and what you want and where do you want to go. Okay, so if you ponder on these thoughts, the other things automatically fall into place and it becomes extremely easy to start executing. When you have a clear purpose, just imagine if you have a clear purpose of, say, let us talk about soldiers. They have a clear purpose of saving the country from the enemies. That gives them the strength to stand in extreme circumstances because they have a purpose of their life which is beyond their life. Ask a soldier, what would they prefer? Would they die for the nation or would they live and let some people get in? They will die. Okay, why? Because the purpose is bigger than them and it is clear. If it is not clear, then you can take any decision, and when you do not take right decisions, you can end up anywhere. Okay, so that is a very serious problem. I want you all to be very cautious about it. Let us move further, and I think that this is the right space when you are ready to understand what purpose is, because now you are in the right space of, you are in the right mindset that purpose is something which is inevitable, which is important if you really want to lead a worthy life. I'm not talking about just, uh, getting birth on the planet, eating 3 times a day and sleeping and repeating for 70 years and call it a lifetime. No, I'm talking about the people who really want to add meaning to their life, who want to add value to the society, and who want to become an asset in themselves. So let us see how to find the life purpose. So there are these 3 things which actually define what your purpose should be. Number 1 is passion. Number 2 is compassion. Number 3 is expertise. So passion is something which you love doing. First of all, there are certain things that come naturally to us very well. Start looking very keenly into all those things, that what is it that makes you different from other people. What is the area where people seek your advice? What is it that you do better? So that is passion. Doing more of it, loving more about it, listening to more about it, anything, that is passion. The next is compassion. Compassion is how you can express it. It is like of adding love to whatever you do. Okay, being compassionate about other beings, taking their problems and thinking about solving them. So that is being compassionate about other people. And the third thing, which actually sometimes gets boring for people, is expertise. Once you have a passion, you have a skill which you are good at and you love doing it. But in a bigger picture, it is not just the one thing that you need to do. In order to create or fulfill that purpose, you need to do a lot of more things also. That might not be very exciting for you, but again, when you are fueled with purpose, you will get a hold on it. Okay, so expertise needs skills and practice, and more practice and more practice, so that you become an expert of a certain particular set of things. Okay, so for all the people who are in a confusion that should I have only one purpose or can I have many purposes, see, you can have as many as you can, because there is no as such written rule about how many purpose can one have. Okay, but what I believe personally is, the more purposes, the more goals, the more commitments you have, you dilute your energy. Because I'll repeat it again, you have finite time and energy on this planet. So with that finite time and energy, if you want to fulfill one purpose, you can fulfill it like beyond expectations, and you can create it massive. But if you are heading towards 5 different things, you will trade off between all these things, right? You have 24 hours only. Now you would have to divide it into 5. So it depends on what works for you. But what I suggest is, the lesser things, the better concentration, the better focus, the better results. Okay, so let us get into all of these one by one. The first one, passion. Now, let us get to the root cause. How do you get passion? The first thing is curiosity. Okay, you get curious about a certain things when you were a child. Okay, go back when you were a child, when you were young. There are certain topics that excite you. There are some children who ask more about which color mixed with which color creates which color. There are some children who are more curious about what new instrument of music should be played along with what instrument to create a new music. There are some students or children rather, who are more interested in learning about how the world looks, what is Milky Way, what are the questions about, they have questions about stars and the galaxies. So we all have certain curiosities which were dominant from rest of it. Go back to that time and think more about it, that why it was that particular thing which always drew your attention. There were some children who were always asking about different meanings of words and trying to use fancy vocabulary. So we all are different, and we all have hunger for different things in the world. We are curious for different things in the world. Okay, so I will not be as curious for the budget of next fiscal year as my husband would be. Okay, so or as my colleague would be, or as Satyam would be. No, it does not depend on all these things. Okay, we all are curious about different things. Think about what you are curious for. Now this curiosity, when fed well, it develops interest towards a certain thing. When you are interested towards a certain thing more, now here you have to do some hit and try. Okay, you get a feel, a calling, a connection with something where you have extraordinary passion, extraordinary patience. I've seen people playing a sport and practicing one single shot 1,000 times, techniques 1,000 times. You feel, don't they get bored doing that? But in a way, you are also doing something 1,000 times every day without getting bored because you're passionate about it. Okay, so seek for this thing. When you know passion, you are closer to your purpose, because this can lead you to create that value, to create that mark on the planet which is beyond your being. Let us move ahead. The next is compassion. We all have a story. We all grew up with different circumstances, different people around, different problems around. We have had our share of pains and pleasures. Okay, we know the problems that we faced, or we saw people facing. So something inside your mind changes gears when you see a certain problem. Okay, for me, I cannot see people hungry. I do not know why. I have never faced hunger, but somehow I'm not able to see people hungry. So there are some pains and problems that you have faced and you really want to eliminate them. What is it? It is compassion. Okay, compassion towards other beings, compassion towards your community, towards your country, towards your people, towards the whole humanity as for the cause. Okay, so look for it, that what are the problems that you would love to solve, even if you can solve for a couple of colleagues of yours around you. I do not want you to create a big movement. Even if I feed one person every week, that is enough. Okay, I do not want to create a I do not want you to think of creating an NGO right away and feeding 1 million people together. No, just one person every day or every week, whatever is feasible for you, but it should come out of that compassion. Think about it. What triggers you? What shifts gears inside your head? Okay, so this can lead you towards your purpose also. And trust me, the purposes which are originated from compassion, they are more long lived, because human beings are creatures of feelings and emotions. Okay, so if you feel about something very deeply, you can, you can turn mountains to make that happen. The next is expertise. You're most patient, you're more patient to some of your interests. Now we have spoken about interests, right? So you are very much patient about a couple of interests. So you have attempted to draw, to sing, to play a particular sport, to learn a new bike, to learn swimming. But swimming is something that has got, that has got that spark, and you felt like, no, I want to do more of it. You failed in a couple of attempts, but you stick to it. You want to do more of it. You practice more. When you practice more, definitely you perform better. When you perform better, you get praises, and human brain loves praises. It will always love praises because we are hardwired like that. Okay, and the more praises you get, the more you work into it. The more you work into it, the better you get. The better you get, the more focused efforts you take. So it is all a positive spiral. Okay, so whatever that interests you and you are patient about it, you can try again and again. Even after failing, you get that inner, what you can say, a relationship with that particular interest. You develop a skill. Okay, then skills, when you start developing your skills, when you practice them again and again, you get mastery over it, or you get expertise over it, and again it leads you towards your purpose, like spreading that expertise, teaching other people to make their life easier, whatever it can be. But yes, it can give you a cue towards your purpose.